So I wanted to show you guys kind of my work area. It's a little messy right now because I've been working at it. Last night I did some of my layers on this one. She is the Gracie kit by Donna Rupert. And over here's my oven. It's actually open right now because my goal is, I believe I'm done. I want to do kind of lighter layers on her. As you can see, there's a lot of lights on her right now, but I want to be able to do the, bring it over here, the matte varnish. If it'll focus, hold on. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. The matte varnish. But with matte varnish, you basically have to put it in like right away and then bake it. So I want to just cover them, throw them in, bake them. But what happened was, and I'll put a warning before this video too, because some people don't like seeing babies all separate. What happened though was, as I've told you guys before, my original one had a lot of issues. That's actually the first one I learned how to reborn on. And let me actually pull out a leg or something so you guys can kind of see her. There we go. Maybe I want to see it over a pea pad. Here we go. My little chihuahua uses pea pads, but you can see some of the lighting. I use a lot of lighting so I can see really good. But yeah. But the original one I had was the first one I ever learned how to reborn on. So that is the one that I reborned about 7 times using acrylic paints, all kinds of different paints. Well, of course, stripping that, which what I used to strip, I'll show you guys. Originally I used nail polish remover, but the best stuff to use, this stuff, heavy duty, use gloves with it. It will eat through plastic. I don't even know what kind of plastic this is, because regular plastic, it eats through, y'all. Eats through. A brush I was using with it melted in my hand, so use gloves. Be careful. But it's very potent. You can get this at Michael's. Anyways, I stripped it about 7 times. But after you get to a kit for so long, it will not work anymore. So I had to get a new one. And so the new one I used, the leg, I went to go touch it up again because it was very dark, which I have it here, but you probably don't want to see it all cut up. Which, this is the final skin tone. I'll show you this side because it's not where it's cut up. Look how pretty that skin tone is. I mean, come on, how pretty is that? I'll show you the front of the face, gotta cut it open. Sorry. The legs in the oven bursted open, just ripped apart. Just no idea why. I think it must have been just that kit, so I don't know what happened. But anywho, so this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to do more paler, lighter colors to kind of match my original version I had. Of course, I use the heat set paint, so I'm using, try to focus in on it, Bountiful Babies, Genesis paints. I get their sample, and then what I do is I get cosmetic wedges. Let me grab one. And these are actually Dollar Tree ones, which actually have worked pretty well, but I prefer the ones from Sally's Beauty. And I actually pick at them to give it texture. And this is part of my modeling layers. These blue and but yeah, this is kind of my work area over here. And what I used too is, I found these. That was like my kind of cleaning brush thing. I actually used some paint thinner. I used some paint thinner, because you'd use paint thinner with these paints. I used just a thing of paint thinners to clean off the brushes in between. But these things I found at Walmart. and they're by the vases, and they stack. And so I can reuse these colors now because they're sealed in. And I use them over and over again. I use them for about 3 different dolls, and then I'll get a new set. But these are them clean. But yeah, you can just keep, and they really are sealed in when you do that. So I love them. They were only like, I want to say 88 cents. There's some water in them from when I washed it, but yeah, that's what I do. And the brush set I got was from Amazon. It's the Fine Artist brush set. I got these. They're like the mustard condiment squirters, and I put my paint thinner in there because I had them in Gatorade bottles, and there was one night where I was really tired and I almost drank it, and that was the night my husband went out and bought these because he's like, "You are not drinking paint thinner." I didn't actually drink it, but it was one of those like, yeah, we're not doing that. But yeah. And then the magnets I use, I get these. They hold upside down. I get these from Harbor Freight. I don't know if there's any title on this, but the big package has them. They're the earth magnets, the neodymium, whatever they're called, magnets, and they're in here. They're tiny magnets. The glue I use, E6000. I have used the big glue version, but it's easier using these little ones because they do glue themselves shut. The big one will just keep squirting out. It's not good. So I prefer using these. This actually I found at Target, believe it or not. You can find them at Michael's. You can find them all over the place. Yeah, this is the kind I use. So, eyeballs. You can find eyeballs all over the place. These are glass eyes. See, they're a little bumpy up. A little different than some of the other ones you'll see. I forgot what style this kind's called. But you can find, and it's a beautiful color. I love these. You can find eyes on Bountiful Baby. You can find them on Creative Impressions Nursery, all over the place. These I found on Amazon, and they're not under Reborn. No. These are actually, if you'll search for glass eye and then whatever size, these are 20 millimeter eyes, and these are actually $5 glass eyes, believe it or not. Yes, and they look beautiful in them, and I love it. And it does have a little stick in the back, so it's easier to pinpoint where you want it, just the way you put them in. Basically, I'm scared to cut that off, so I'm not going to. Basically, all you have to do, and they're solid too, like they're glass. Basically, all you have to do is just cut an X in the back. Like, you know, instead of cutting just a slit, you can cut an X, and it works great. I don't know why I'm holding the camera crooked. But let me focus it. Ah, eyeball in your eye. Okay, sorry. Let me just focus everywhere else but that eye. There you are. So pretty. It does come from China. It does take a while to get here, but so pretty. It's like $5-6, free shipping. I mean, come on. And there was one seller I've been dealing with the most, but I forget the name of the seller. But just search on there. It's under the BJD dolls, I believe they're called. But they have bigger size eyes. It's harder to find brown eyes. Brown eyes are, I got one for the 18-inch size, which I'll pause you guys and I'll find them. So let me pause. My finger will work. Hey guys, I'm back. I just wanted to show you, this is the green one I've gotten recently from that same person from China. I mean, look how pretty that is. So pretty. And then this is the brown one. I mean, it's not completely brown, but this is the 18 millimeter. The other ones were 20. I mean, you have to anyway, that's pretty good for a brown eye. And you know, I don't think anybody's gonna be staring at my baby's eyes for that long, so I love it. This is in like lots and lots of bright lights. I mean, if you're looking at them from, let me see, a little bit darker space, like in here, I have a lot of bright lights. See, love that. Anyways, and the way they come in a really padded little area, and they're all really wrapped up. Like this is like half as much wrapping that they had, and they come in like the little bags. And I had one guy sell me these same exact eyes. I mean, same exact ones. I mean, I had a pair, the blue ones, that I put in Mia. Let's see, hold on. These ones, right? Mia has these same eyes, only they came in this box, okay? He was telling me, it was within the United States though, it came from like Michigan, okay? And it's a nice little box. I like the box, okay? See, love the box, kept the box. In fact, I'm gonna probably put the green ones in there for safekeeping. Same eyes. I mean, Mia has these same eyes. So if you like my Mia doll, which is the pumpkin kit that I did, $20 plus shipping on eBay. Same eyes. A little poppy out kind of thing. You don't notice that because once it's in the eye, it looks natural. Like it doesn't look like it's popping out. Like it look. I'll show you after I'm done. But $20 for the same eyes. That was $6 free shipping. So I'm like, I'm not paying that much for a container, you know? And he was like, oh, they're antique eyes. I'm like, no, they're not. So anyways, I figured I'd share that with you guys. Oh, and one way I do the fingernail tips, which on this one, let's see, I'll try to show you. See the little nail tip there? They're hard to do, right? One way I do them, toothpicks. So you can just lay a toothpick across it and do it that way. I was getting kind of tired of that myself on this one. So I kind of just like painted them on. And then I went back with the nail bed color and kind of went up underneath it. So like I kind of painted, oh, sorry, my phone's being, it wants to focus on the eyes now. And then I went up underneath it, like up into it to kind of smooth it out. So I mean, there's different ways to do the nail beds. I'm a big fan of mottling, so that's why I do a lot of mottling. I think it makes it look more human, you know, just to have the different textures and things. Yes, you do want to seal in your stuff. Like I could just have her like this, but the paint could wear out. So my dog's barking at birds. So I'll just give you a comparison of sizes of paint. I'll give you a comparison. So this is the complete set of 8. That's the smaller than ½ ounce. And then you can also have the set of 8 that's ½ ounce. If that helps you out. I buy the big box of stuffing, or like I have underneath here, I have a big bag of stuffing. These beads are glass beads. There's not a whole lot of light down here, so let me... Because you have to use glass beads to wear, and I would not use the ones from like Harbor Freight or something. So what you do is, on eBay, the place I got it from was called the Abrasive Armory. You can see the, let me focus. And these are glass beads, they're not rough. They're literally little circles, like, let's see if I can focus in more. Boop, sorry. Yeah. See, they're all little circles. But that's what you fill your limbs with, like halfway. And then you, the rest of the way up, you do stuffing to kind of seal it up. So, that's what you do. This is literally glass beads. So I got this from the Abrasive Armory. So halfway up for the limbs, and then for the head and the body, you use tights. And I got this from Walmart. Okay? And what you do is you get one of the tights and you fill it up. This one was inside the head of the other one. And I always like wrap it around again, so I fill it and then I kind of do the twist and wrap it around on itself. This was in the head, so that's why there's stuffing on it.